Este é um trecho da entrevista exibida no canal N Thaís. O link da entrevista completa está na descrição do vídeo.
So, what is, from your point of view, having worked with thousands of people in this situation, what's really happening in the abductions? Is it negative, positive? What's going on?
Yeah. So I think in general, I mean, there's really a little bit of both, to be honest. A lot of the people that come to me come out of this abduction experience in a very positive way. They come back healed from some sort of something they were struggling with. They come back with some sort of ability which they didn't have. They come back with some sort of upgrade. They can do things that they couldn't do before, and so most of them, in that sense, it's mostly positive. Even though the experience itself is very traumatic. I mean, it's like, what is this? 1 minute you're lying in bed, the next minute you're in some weird space, and so. But sometimes I've had experiences where the beings are really, really dark. And they are like doing stuff strictly for genetic manipulation, but not to benefit mankind. It's just more some sort of, oh, let's mix a pig with a chicken, or, I mean, that sort of feeling, more, not very benevolent. So it's really both, unfortunately.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
This is good because I also work with a lot of people who are abductees. And so, which is kind of similar. I mean, it's not the same, but it's sort of similar. And so they come to me. That I've done thousands. So what they come to me and they say, so this happened to me. I saw a white light and then it disappeared. And then, 3 hours later, I was found in my bedroom or whatever. So we do a regression session and, we start going into the story. And in the story, checks out. I can tell and I can feel because I go in with them. It's not like a hypnotherapy where they are just telling me a story and I'm just taking notes. I'm kind of in it with them. And so they start telling me the story and it looks and it's very, very much real until they get to, then I was lying down on a table and, I saw two tall beings and then they started poking me with instruments or whatever, And so there, the story starts to get a bit distorted. So I thought that's interesting because it's very common. So the person is really not wanting to lie, but this is the point of the trauma that is so painful that it's almost like your guidance or like your defense mechanism, makes you not want to see everything. So it's like you're kind of in between truth and not truth. And so you start to bring the information somewhat distorted, not because you want to lie, but because it's just too much to handle. Does that make sense? So there's a little bit of that going on also with those guys, with the Secret Space Program folks. So it's not their, I mean, I'm generalizing, of course, it's not everybody's the same. Some of them, So they get to a point that is true and the rest is not really what they think is true.
In the present, we hear a lot about the Star Seeds program that some call the Envoy program, which are extraterrestrial souls that have incarnated in human bodies to be here. And we usually joke calling them the ground crew. Did you meet some of those people, like ordinary people, but with an extraterrestrial soul? How does it work if you have been working with that?
Well, most people that I meet are like that, because I'm going to attract people who are wanting to know their star origin, because that's what I'm here to facilitate. where did you come from? Who are you really? I mean, that's the work that I'm doing for you to retrace back to your soul lineage. And so I usually attract those sorts of people. And so it's really a whole range. I mean, sometimes people are very awake already, but a lot of people are still very lost. They don't have any protocol. So it's really a wide range, but on some level, everybody's kind of extraterrestrial. I mean, to some degree. I mean, you are, right? You all are.
The five of us.
Yeah. I mean, what are we doing? We don't talk about things that doesn't touch us really, that doesn't interest us, like I'm not going to talk about, I don't know, hunting or something, because that's not who I am, but the people who are, that's part of their thing. It's part of their lineage. We are interested in understanding our spirit, our soul consciousness lineage. So, that's how we attract each other. But it's different degrees and different variety of species. Like, so some of you come from very close to the earth, from star systems that are very close. Others come from very far away within the galaxy. Less people come from other galaxies, and very, very few people come from further away in the universe, because it's very, very hard to break down your consciousness when you have a huge consciousness mass, to break it down all the way to the earth plane. It's very, very painful. It's already painful. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yes, we meet a lot of people who feel disconnected to this society, to the family, to this world, and they don't know how to deal with it. Do you have, you offer many courses, and you wrote books, and you have documentaries. Do you have a specific program for someone who's trying to deal with their star origin or something like that?
Yeah, all my classes, again, it's for you to first of all, I really recommend the class that I started talking to Dean. Yeah, I recommend that class, which is Mastering Your Guidance System, because that's the base for you to have the protocol for you to then do anything, to establish proper communication, to have discernment, so that you understand who you are. So, because sometimes, so for example, I have people who come and say, oh, I'm downloading information from Arcturians. So why Arcturians? Why some people download information from Arcturians and other people from Pleiadians? Like, why aren't we all talking to the same people? We're not talking to the same people because we are connecting back. Remember, we're connecting back to our own spirit family, to our own soul lineage. So the person that's talking to a Pleiadian here, it's because they have a Pleiadian lineage, if you will. So if you are connected to an Arcturian energy and you're downloading that information, so that makes more sense, because if everybody was bringing information from the same place in the same way, then humanity doesn't really evolve. It's just like a one direction, if you will. So that's the reason why you have to discern what type of energy you are downloading, you are connecting with, to understand more who you are. But sometimes you are connecting with Pleiadians, for example, but it's only temporary. It's only to connect you to the next level, and then the next level. If you notice, there's a lot of people who are channelers, who start downloading entities for some years, and then they stop. Do you notice that? Then either they channel somebody else, or you see, I mean, a lot of the time that's the case, because you are communicating, through different entities that eventually get you to the real who you really are, your soul lineage. So anyway, going back to your question, I recommend that everybody starts with the Mastering Your Guidance System. That's the base for you to start to discern, to navigate your way back.
I suppose it's only in English?
Yes, unfortunately, but I would love to
Okay.
have the Portuguese translation.
We have a team of volunteers for translations. So
Yeah,
if you need help, we're here.
I would love that. You know, like I said, there's a lot of people in Portugal who are, I mean, in Brazil, who are constantly emailing me and asking me questions. You know, and can we have this in Portuguese? And you know, we don't have that capacity, so that would be fantastic. Go to
But
my website, carolinecory.com, and you'll see I have a huge library, maybe 600 plus classes and sessions.
yeah, we noticed, and we didn't know where to where to start.
Yeah, we saw that. It's wonderful. It's awesome.
Edição e legendas Thaís Akashemoto. Para informações sobre curso de registros akáshicos, visite akashemoto.com.br.